Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today our group will present about Game of the Year award. Okay, for the introduction, the gaming industry has experienced a significant rise in the recent years with advancements in technology and the increasing popularity of gaming as a form of entertainment. The global gaming market was valued at over 159 billion in US dollars in 2020, and it is expected to grow even further in the coming years. Nowadays, you can play video games on many platforms such as phone, your smartphone, or PC using mouse and keyboard, or even console such as PS4, Xbox, PS5, and Switch, and many others. So, in conclusion, the rise of the gaming industry is a result of combination of the factors, including the development of mobile gaming, the increasing popularity of e-sport, the rise of streaming platform, and the advancements in technology. As the technology continues to advance, the gaming industry is expected to continue the growth and become an even larger part of the entertainment industry. Okay, moving on to the statement of problems. What is the problem with the Game of the Year award, you say? Okay, the Game of the Year award is highly correlated accolade in the video game industry, recognizing the best game released in a given year. However, the problem with this award lies in its subjective nature and limited scope. First and foremost, the determination of the winner is subjective. Different individuals and organizations have different criteria for what makes a game the best, and there is no universal standard. I mean, there are so many games and all of them are different from each other, right? That's the point of having many games, so player can try different things, right? Moreover, the limited scope of the award doesn't often exclude important genre and games that doesn't fit into the typical mold of what is considered a great game. For example, Game of the Year award often overlook niche and independent games despite their significant impact on the industry and their potential to push boundaries and innovate. Furthermore, the Game of the Year award is often dominated by big budget AAA games that are backed by major publisher rather than independent and creative game. These big budget game often have the resource to market themselves more effectively, leading to more visibility and recognition. All these issues and misconceptions toward the Game of the Year need to be addressed, as it immensely influences how this award is perceived by fans due to aforementioned assumption. Now we will discuss further the Game of the Year award, as well as give basic knowledge about games to everyone. Furthermore, the similarity of the game that have won Game of the Year award in the past. In the past years will be described in detail. For each game have different grade and qualities. And lastly, to find what gamer desire for future games and does the genre impact the popularity of the game. That's one other thing that we will discuss.
Now let's move on to the significance of research. The main purpose of this research is to find out what is Game of the Year, the type of game that exists in the world, and how to win the Game of the Year award, and some general knowledge about games. As discussed in this research, we know that games also have various awards in various aspects. Therefore, games are something that is considered as a big thing in this industry. Therefore, somehow, the word created e-sport, which means electronic sport competition. It is a multiplayer video game competition, especially between professional players competing individually or in teams. Even though organized tournaments have always been a part of video gaming culture, these were primarily amateur contests up until the late 2000s, when professional gamers began to participate in live streaming of this event experienced a significant increase in popularity. By the 2010, esports had a substantial impact on the video game business. Several game companies were actively involved in designing and supporting tournaments and other events. Multiplayer online battle arena, which is MOBA, first-person shooter, which is FPS and combat, car battle royale, and real-time strategy games are the video games genres more frequently linked with the esport. USIM also somehow created the esport tournament, which is Mobile Legends and PUBG Mobile Tournament. However, the legitimacy of esport as a true competitive competition is still under doubt. They have appeared alongside traditional sport in a few international competitions in Asia, and the International Olympic Committee has also talked about include them in the next Olympic competition. So now, let's move on to the discussion. What is the Game of the Year? Game of the Year is an award that given annually by the Games Award. It is awarded to a video game that has been determined to provide the best experience in both the creative and technical realm. 6 games are nominated after more than 100 video games publication and website. After the nominees are picked, the jury, which contribute 90%, and public voting are combined to determine the winner, which only contribute 10%. And to win this award, they take various aspects. Among them are in terms of storyline, graphic, audio, visual effect, and the hype of the game. For games that have this feature perfectly, which is an interesting and not boring storyline, audio game that has a sound like the atmosphere version, and a beautiful graphic that has a resolution of 4000 pixels and HD. They will have a high chance of winning this award when all these aspects are perfect. So let's move on to the next topic, which is what are basic things we need to know about video games. Video games, usually referred to as a computer games, which is a digital games that require interaction with a user interface or input device to produce visual feedback, such as a joystick, controller, keyboard, or motion sensing device. Nowadays, the games have evolved onto mobile games through smartphone, tablets, and others. There are various types of games that exist in the world of game. For example, Mobile Legends is one type of mobile games that widely spread among Malaysian youngsters. It can be played through smartphone and also in tablets. This game is 5 version 5 type of game that can be played multiplayer. Further example is the game God of War game, the game which won many Game of the Year awards. It is an action-adventure type of the game. It was developed by Santa Monica Studio and released by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The plot, setting, art direction, music, visuals, combat system, and character of God of War, particularly the dynamic between Kratos and Atreus, have all won accolades. So, this game is very different with the type of mobile game, since the mobile game can be played multiplayer, while this game only can play individually. So, by this research, now we can know that there are various types of game that exist in the world, whether it is RPG, MOBA, FPS, or maybe it can be puzzle game.
Okay, for the next discussion, what are the similarities of the game that have won Game of the Year award in the past year? Okay, first let's see what game that have won in the past year. Okay, we start with 2015, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and 2016, Overwatch, 2017, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 2018, God of War, 2019, Sekiro Shadow Die Twice, 2020, The Last of Us Part 2, and 2021, which is the latest one, It Takes Two. Okay, so what are the similarities between this game? Okay, first of all, from 2015 to 2021, we can see that almost all the games are story-based game, which is a story-driven game, except the 2016 Overwatch, which is a multiplayer competitive first-person shooter game. So we can see it's not that this award only dominated by the story-based action game, but also can be won by Overwatch, a game like Overwatch, which is a multiplayer competitive game. Okay, so in conclusion, The game that have won the Game of the Year award from 2015 to 2021 are diverse and offer a wide range of experience, from adventure games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild to fast-paced shooter game like Overwatch. This game has set a standard for the gaming industry and have captivated players around the world. This game has something for everyone, regardless of their difference. They all share a commitment to delivering innovative, engaging, and memorable experience that keep players coming back for more. These games have some similarity, yet very different. For each game is their own.
In conclusion, Game of the Year can let us know what games that won the Best Game Award that year. It can expand everyone's thinking about the world of the game. In fact, the Game of the Year candidates can also emulate the Game of the Year winners that year to further improve the quality of their creation. Next, video games themselves are a relatively modern form of entertainment. They are engaging and immersive on a different level from that of traditional board games and other forms of entertainment. The player actively contributes to the level of satisfaction they attains from this medium and thus is more invested and willing to engage in the element of the video games. The amount of playtime is also an important factor in the effect of gaming. Although excessive playtime can have negative consequences, gaming in moderation can be healthy, fun, and educational. So I think that's all from us, sir, and I hope you can give us an A solid.